Hello and welcome to Micro Minute. My name's Marty Jobson and, well, here's my microscope. I'm going to show you a few things down it today. Now, I thought what we'd do is we would return to the mobile phone again. Now, on Monday, I showed you what the surface of the mobile phone looked like when you put it on the microscope. Today, I thought we'd delve inside the mobile phone itself and sort of pull out some of the interesting gubbins inside. So, without further ado, let's go down to the camera that I've got on here. If I do that and I do that, here we go. That should bring me up. So I'm still up in the corner there, and here's a mobile phone. It's not my mobile phone. I know I said previously in some of my tweets that I would use my mobile phone. Here's my mobile phone. It's far too precious to do this with, because what I've had to do is I've torn the back off this mobile phone. You can see I don't know what it is. It's a 4G LTE smartphone. Yeah, I don't know. Bought these on the internet, old unused mobile phones that I could break down and do fun things with. So anyway, so we have here an old mobile phone. I've taken off the back, and here is where the battery used to be. Oh, you like that, don't you? Oh, look at that. That's good, isn't it? Thanks to the guys at Mimo Live, which is the software I'm using, who suggested I use this little highlighter doodad they've got. So this is where the battery would be, and this is the top of the phone here. And if I sort of, let's see, to hold it up so it's in the right place. Where is it? There it is. That's the bit I want to show you. And try not to get too much light reflecting on it. So this bit here is the top of the phone. That's the top of the phone. And actually, yeah, it's the top of the phone because the button's at the bottom. The top of the phone, and there's a camera there. That's the camera there. That bit there would have been some lights there. These are, the LEDs that would illuminate your subject when you're taking a picture. And importantly, all of this stuff behind this metal shielding, not this bit here, this bit just here is where the SIM cards, this one had dual SIM cards, but in here is the brains of the operation. Now, all of that is well and good, and I might come back to some bits, especially the camera here. I think I'll return to the camera at some point, but I wanted to show you something down the other end, something which people don't often realize is here, which is this thing here, this little disc here. And this thing is called a coin vibration motor. And this is the thing that causes the whole phone to vibrate and do that, so if you have the sound turned off, it vibrates rather than actually ringing at you. So let's get this under the microscope over here. So if I turn that off, I've got my microscope here. I'm going to find, where is it? Here it is. And I'm just going to put it this way around. So it's the right way around for you guys as well. Run out of space. I'll have to do it like that. I'll do it like that, and then you can see everything. Right, there it is. Okay, focus. So, okay, so here's the coin cell itself, okay? And it's got two little wires coming out of it that go to here. And if I power it up, because this thing still works, or at least it was earlier, what I've got, I'll show here, this thing here. This is just a little box I made that has two batteries in it, 3-volt batteries, and it's got these prongs. So what I can do is I should be able to put some power into this motor, and we should be able to see what happens when I do that. It's a little bit fiddly, this bit. There you go. And the thing is, not much happens. You might be able to hear it. Can you hear it if I'm quiet? Hopefully you can hear that kind of going, woo, woo, woo. And what that is, put that back there, is that's my little motor, doing its thing. And when it does its thing, what happens is it spins around really, really fast and makes your phone vibrate. So obviously what we need to do is we need to get a bit further into this. So I'm going to get rid of this one, because this one, I'm keeping this one because it's quite nice to have one that's working and inside a phone itself. So I'll put that one back over here. And here's one I pulled out earlier. Where are you? There you are. There it is. Okay, so here's one. That's not very good. I pulled out of a phone earlier. Oh, stuck to my... There we go. And again, I'll focus. Now, what you've actually got there is on top of this one, there's a sort of a little layer of sort of sticky goo. But what I'm going to do is we're going to try and break into this mobile phone. I think I should be able to do that with this one. I turn it over, because can you see at the side there, this one has already started to split open ever so slightly there. Can you see that? Along that edge there. So if I get this knife in there, and yeah. Okay, cool. We're in. Okay, this is good. This is going better than I thought it would. Excellent. Right, put the knife away, make sure it's safe. And then I'll bring this back so it's actually something that you can all see. And I'll take the lid off, and the whole thing's fallen apart. And one of the problems that you have with showing this is, can you see this thing's actually stuck to my my forceps there? Because what this thing consists of is because it's a motor, it's got a magnet in it, and this is a permanent magnet, by which I mean it's one that it's not an electromagnet. So I'm just going to reassemble this there. So that's what it looks like if you just take the lid off. Here's the lid. Not particularly exciting, just a metal cover. Okay, that's come off, and inside this thing, this is what it looks like. Right, I'm going to sort of peer down the microscope at it. So if I hold it still by pressing on that tag here, so this is the tag where the power would have come in, and then what you've got is this sort of rotating bit here, which sort of looks like a little face. It's quite sweet, really. There's the center of the rotating bit, and the important things here are there are two coils of wire, one here and one here, and the second important thing is this bit here. This bit is a small weight. It's a small piece of metal, and importantly, it's only on one side. There isn't an equivalent piece of metal down here. So what that means is that when this thing rotates, I'll focus it a bit better. When this thing rotates, okay, so there's the center of it, coils of wire, coil of wire, little weight. When this rotates, that weight zooms around and around. Because it's only on one side, as it moves around, it sort of throws the motor from one side to the other and from top to bottom, and that's what causes the vibration. So let's see if we could, let me just flip this bit off now. Okay, and you can see what's actually inside it. And again, because I've got this magnet in here as well, this is all, this is surprisingly difficult to do. And I'm just going to go back, I'm going to turn this thing over and bring this in, because on the back of this little, the bit with a face on it, so to speak, this is what it looks like. You've got, so this is the back of the face bit with the two little coils of wire. You've got the weight, and then this bit here, where you've got these little metal pads, they touch these tiny little springy bits here. Okay, you see those? Hopefully you can see those. And I'll focus again on that. Make sure it's really in focus. And that's actually the commutator, because in any motor, so that the power goes from one side to the other, what you need is a little commutator, and that's how that works. But this ring, this metal ring here, this is a magnet, and it's a neodymium magnet. It's a special type of magnet that uses what are known as rare earths. Okay, so it's a very strong type of magnet. If you've got those fridge magnets, some of them are rubbish and some of them are really strong. The strong ones are neodymium magnets, and you need a neodymium magnet because that makes a stronger motor, and you need a strong motor to make it vibrate lots. Now, the last thing I did, oh, it's stuck down now, can't get it to move, is I very carefully pulled one of these out, attached it to a little pad here, and then hopefully I can actually get it. This thing should still work. If I put power on this, you'll see it should vibrate. Here we go. There you go. And you can see it's flailing around there. It's too fast so the camera can't really keep up with it, but you can sort of see it's certainly doing something. And then when I take the power off, it does that. And all that's doing is that's making that little plastic disc with the two little eyeballs. So this bit here, and this bit here. And that's spinning round and round and round and round and round. And because there's an offset weight, that throws it from side to side. And that is how your phone vibrates. There are all sorts of different varieties of these. There are even ones called haptic touch ones, which don't so much rotate as just jump up and down like this. And they're the ones that give you the haptic feedback. So on things like a mouse pad, those things, they feel like they click, but they don't actually move. All they're doing is they're getting a little motor that kicks back up towards you. Slightly complicated. So, okay, that's just one of the things that you can find inside a mobile phone. I'll be having a look at a few other things. I'll probably do something sort of non-biological once a week, and then something botanical once a week, and something zoological once a week. So keep it mixed up. Next week, we've got a fantastic lineup of things planned, and especially excited because on Wednesday next week, I'm being given the chance to control a scanning electron microscope remotely. So I'll be sat here, there's a microscope somewhere else, and I'll be controlling it, and we're going to be able to look at some stuff there. As always, thanks go to Zeiss for letting me have these microscopes and show you stuff. I hope you enjoyed that. Look at all the other stuff on Microminute. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.